Really?
Yeah.
Really? Oh God. We got Ignite.
Schnozberries. Yes, schnozberries.
Schnozberries.
Oh, it's cold in here, dude.
Mm. That's pretty good.
Let's wait and take a look at the closets once he finishes. Period. If it's not that much of a drastic difference, I wouldn't worry about them. Period. New line, new line. I have Homestretch sending me another quote for the carpet. Period. The one he sent did not separate out the steps. Period. Quote also included removal, cleanup, and haul away. Yeah. Yeah. Well, now what's interesting about Ignite is that it has to go onto YouTube. So I have to talk through, like, I'm just going to go through the pages. And if you get antsy, I'm not offended. Okay. Because it's very, like, it's more like, I don't think she said, I'm not on video. I just have to like shoot, I just have to talk and I have to, click over because they'll put it on YouTube so that people can rewatch it. But what's bad is that, they want you to do that, but a lot of this is, it's so interactive. So it's hard, it's hard. It's hard. Yeah, yeah. But if you need to get up and move around, go for it. Or if you need to leave, go for it. Outline for capture foods with open houses. See, I don't know if I'm like, is it recording? So let's ask her here.
Hello.
Hey, so is it already recording or do I need to press something?
No, it should already be recorded.
Okay, so it's just Lumati in here and she's like coming and going. So I don't know if she's going to be in here the whole time. So should I just like go through it because we're recording it anyway? Because she's already said she's probably not going to be here the whole time. I mean, it's okay.
I mean, if
This is all stuff you know.
just go through, I would just go through the stuff with her, and whenever she has to leave,
Right.
then you just kind of like wrap it up
Okay.
and just X out of everything.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's what I said. I'm like, this is tough when because
Yeah.
it's such an interactive
Yeah.
class.
Yeah, I don't expect you to do it just for the recording.
Right. Okay. So
Yeah.
that's what I was asking.
Yeah.
Like, do you want me to just go through it and like just for the recording purposes? Okay. All right.
Yeah, just do whatever
Okay.
you can. with
All right,
her,
cool.
And then if Celeste comes, do that too.
All right. Cool.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Thanks.
I know it's
Cool.
kind of rough, but
Well, it's actually better now that we're doing it. Like for a minute, they were trying to do it like once a month. Do you remember that? I think that's when you were like paused from here. They were doing Ignite like all the time. And we were like, oh, we need to probably spread this out more because we haven't done it in a while.
yeah.
It's been a minute. They were trying to do them like once a month. It was a lot. Yeah.
Yeah.
So we'll just go through it. We'll just talk through it. Okay. Prepare for success. Okay, so the outline basically is how to capture leads with open houses. So we go over the benefits of open houses, best practices, and then we look at we look at the model, which is prepare, prospect, and pursue. Let's see here. KW disclaimer. Which is always, don't reach out to anybody, call anybody, bother anybody who just is on the do not call list. Let's see here. There it is, telemarketing. You must comply with TCPA and other federal, state, or local laws. Fair housing. Okay, capture leads with open houses. That is what we were doing today. So, the course overview. You should be able to describe the benefits of holding an open house, identify the best practices for holding an open house, and then be prepared to actually hold an open house. Okay, so our quote today is nothing else about your business will have as big of an impact on it as the number of leads you have. This is all stuff we already know, right? Why do we begin the session on open houses with this quote? Because our number one job is to gain leads. This is one way to impact the number of leads you have in a very good return on investment. Why hold open houses? What's the purpose or goal of open houses? Well, we hold them for two main reasons. We want to sell the house and we want to capture leads. I've had like great experiences with holding open houses and as far as getting leads, and there's tons of ways to do it. I think I have more success getting leads with open houses than I do actually selling the house. Like it's really more about getting the leads than it is about selling the house. So, as with all Ignite classes, we start with our mindset and checking in with our mindsets. Day one was the 6 personal perspectives, and what they talk about in the 6 personal perspectives is specifically is that you need to remove your limiting beliefs. However, you may be having some limiting beliefs about open houses, so let's dispel those right away. Do you have any limiting beliefs to hold open houses? Like, is there anything that you're like, I can't hold an open house because of this? Yeah, like you feel open to it, right? Like some examples that they have down are like, I don't have a listing to have an open house, but you know how to find that. You know, you approach other people. Yeah, you find people that got tons of listings. Yeah, yeah. You don't have signs yet. We all know you can borrow signs, right? You don't need to have your own signs. You may not know the answers to questions that visitors have.
I mean, about what they may have.
Right,
But you can print out the neighborhood report.
right, right.
If you don't know the neighborhood or find out what, stuff or how it were print out.
Right. Well, and that's what I'm saying. I think so much of holding an open house is preparing for it and knowing like these questions might hit you and having the answers before you even get there, right? Oh, the other limiting belief is that open houses don't work. So yes, people do look online, yet many buyers and neighbors like the actual walkthrough of the open house, and they still give you the opportunity to meet people. I totally agree. I think that they do work. I think they especially work for leads because a lot of the times what you get in open houses are people that like are just dipping their feet in, I guess, getting used to the idea of buying. So they're not prepared. A lot of them don't have realtors. A lot of them are not pre-approved. They're just kind of checking things out, getting warm with the. And that was probably busy because of that market. Yeah. Right. Yeah, I mean that's a good turnout. Agents. Yeah, see? That's what I'm saying. I mean, I don't know if they help so much to sell the house. I really do think that they're more beneficial to the agent. Yeah. Yeah. Right. Right. Because you know the for sale by owner didn't walk around and door knock. Yeah. Right. Another limiting belief is that you don't feel safe during an open house. So what do we do to make us feel more safe during open houses?
I know. I know. But I mean, you pick the neighborhood.
Right,
But the thing is like somebody comes in, and I try to make sure that I know who's coming in
right,
and that there are not too many people coming in at one time.
yeah,
That way, you know, or you can have somebody else there.
yeah, that's what I would suggest, like having like a lender there with you or another agent with you. Yeah,
It's just that agent is to know
right,
that you're here.
right, that's right, or you split them up,
Or you put them up,
yeah.
but you know.
Yeah, but even like a lender and inspector, I mean, I know I actually always try to think of like an escape route when I get there too. Like I always make sure like the back door is unlocked. So that there's like you know what I mean, just in case something were to happen. Do you carry protection on you? I carry a small thing like
So I have
the good mace. Yeah, yeah,
It's in my
it's in my car too.
it's in my car.
And then I have a very large pocket knife as well.
Yeah, I have a pocket knife. Actually, I remember I still have it. And I from, you know, what those people in the middle of the store at Sam's Club.
Yeah,
They were selling knives. and
right.
stuff like that. It was a little sharp paring knife.
Okay, mine's like a switchblade, like a gigantic switchblade that I keep on my belt buckle.
Too, whatever. My ex-husband left it from the heart.
Yeah,
This is not.
I mean, you just always got to look out for yourself in this industry, for real. That's good.
Well, yeah, this is good. It's just, I'm ADD, so it's just like,
Oh, well.
Yeah,
yeah, I've been overwhelmed.
yeah,
Yeah, that happens.
Because I'm very particular about how I want things
That's,
to
you
look
know, when
and
that
how-
happens, what I do, I just shut it down. I walk away.
I
I need a minute.
yeah,
I'm not.
Yeah.
If I feel too overwhelmed,
yeah.
Yeah.
I just take one thing at a time. I make a list. That's what I do. I make a list because I start swirling like back and forth. So I'll make a list and I'm like, okay, I can't move on until this is done.
Right.
And then once you start getting through your list, you feel a little bit
I
more.
remember when, Sarah Tara did that, I was scared, she did that.
I miss her teaching.
Like, I do this and I'm like, okay, then I get distracted.
I have to have a list. Yeah.
Because I'm like, if I don't have a list, then, yeah.
I miss her teaching. She's so good.
I miss her teaching a lot.
Yeah.
I really like the manner, like there's just something.
She's
about
just
the
good.
way she- Yeah. I miss that.
Oh, this is a good question. Should every house be held open? And under what circumstances would you not recommend holding an open house?
I mean, I feel like if the house is safe, like if there's safety hazards.
Yeah, like one of the things in here says during the pandemic, COVID,
Yeah.
it was hard to have open
Right.
houses then, right? When it's not necessary to show it, for example, the seller's market, when there's like immediate multiple offers or houses are being bought like sight unseen.
Yeah.
Some sellers just aren't agreeable to decluttering and cleaning and preparing the house. And if that's the fact, yeah, definitely don't do an open house.
I don't want it. She's barely, she's like, I don't want an open house. I don't want people keep coming in. keep coming
That's just
in.
it. A lot of people don't want people walking all through.
She was like, well, I'm good with the shopping, but as far as open house, I'm like, she's like, I really don't want to.
Yeah, until it's sitting on the market and then you'll have to bring it up and be like, okay, we're gonna have to do an open house. That's right. Yeah, but it's true. And a lot of those like a high-end houses in Mason, like that whole area, I've had people that are like, we don't want people up in here. Or like super high-end homes, like $1 million homes. A lot of those people don't want open houses. No. Right, but those people tend to they'll more allow like a broker open. Yeah, so that's worth touching. Sellers specifically don't agree to have an open house. That's the other thing. Okay, so open houses, who benefits? Who does the open house benefit, right? So yes, it definitely, well, that's what we were saying before you walked in here. We actually think that it benefits the agent more than it does the seller. The answer's in here, sellers, to show the house to lots of potential buyers all at once, so you get high exposure, right? You get high exposure. Buyers, to see the house without any obligation, without being qualified to do the research. This is another thing we talked about just not even 5 minutes ago.
Yeah.
I mean, open houses are great for buyers that are just getting their feet wet and just starting the process, because there's no pressure. They can come in, take a look, kind of adjust to like getting used to the mindset of moving. And we love those buyers because traditionally they're unrepresented, they're not pre-approved, so we can kind of take them under our wing. Neighbors love open houses. Neighbors benefit highly from open houses because they want to see how their home compares to what's listed and the price and condition. And of course, at the top of the list is the agent, because the agent captures leads of potential buyers, other sellers, future buyers. They connect with the neighborhood prior to the event by door knocking. You have your name and your signs are all throughout the neighborhood. And it's a great way to practice conversations and provide value. Let's see here. Yeah. Yes, I just had a meeting with that guy yesterday. You do have to put 20% down, or they prefer 20% down, but they will do a full pay at closing. Like before they start the work. Yeah. So it depends, I guess, on what you're getting done. But even like mold, I don't know if they do mold remediation. Yeah, they're very flexible on their pricing and how they want to set it up, though. But I got to tell you, the quote he sent over, it was kind of pricey. But they also work with you on payment, so that's what you pay for. You know what I mean? I think they can upsell that because they're more flexible on how they take payment. All right. So benefits of open houses. What do we think some of the benefits of open houses are?
Well, it's lead generating. I think some of it is, when you're actually like getting people to come to the open house, you're literally door knocking.
Yeah.
So you're making connections that way.
And they're inexpensive.
Right.
I mean, you do need just like a couple little items that you keep with you at all times and you reuse those for the same houses.
Yeah.
I just ordered one of those doormats. Have you seen them on Etsy? They're so cute. I mean, and it was like, it was an investment. I mean, I think I spent $40 on it, but it says open house and then it says, welcome to your future home. And then it says my name, Keller Williams,
Yeah.
my phone number. It's so cute. And then I'll just take it with me and I'll put it out every time I do an open house, or if I have a listing and I don't have a lot of, and it was super cute. Yeah. And then I got some, a roll of stickers, and those were like, I bought 50 of them for like $6, and you can put them on cookies or bags of little treats that just say thanks for stopping by. That was on Etsy. Yeah. But it carries my Christmas. Carries my Christmas.
I love it.
But I mean, open houses are relatively inexpensive if you have just like a few of those little things on hand that you just keep and you take with you every time. Which brings us to point that there's a major high return on investment with open houses. because you don't really have to, what you're putting in is your time.
It is time, like I spend a lot of time on.
Yeah.
a lot of time. I mean, I probably did at least 8 hours.
Dang,
I mean,
but you got
So-
tons of leads.
you know what was so weird? This is the least turnout on the ever.
Interesting. That cute one with the carrot cakes?
About 40.
Right, okay.
I
So
mean,
you had
good
3
leads.
people, but you got 4 leads. How'd you do that?
Well, just conversation.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, and because there weren't a lot of people, I could, you know.
You
it's
could
not
really
like
talk
there's
to
another
them.
person coming in, I could sit there, I could,
Right.
engage. One of them was a neighbor, and I mean, I got his whole life story, and he went from wanting some dad's house to wanting.
Sell
wanting our
his.
house.
So they were all
And
representing.
so that was 2 leads.
That's
for one
huge.
person,
Yes.
And then I had a buyer that walked in with also a neighbor, they made them a nosy. I was shocked because I thought.
The neighbors are the
"Shut-"
best.
Like, even my flyer when I handed it out, everything on it.
Right.
They're offering free therapy. I knocked 80 doors.
Oh my gosh, Celeste,
long
that's
did it
freaking
take?
awesome.
I had like none. I had nothing. It was crazy, like, I guess sometimes. it just
Yeah,
happens.
80 doors. How long did that take you?
Well, I did 2.5 hours on Saturday.
Okay,
And then I did 2 hours on Sunday.
okay.
So.
Well, did you have any conversations while you were door knocking about real estate with people?
I did not a lot. I had conversations, yes.
Okay.
And I did, leave my card and, I got some. So that's how I see how I profited from it.
Yes, right.
It's not always who comes in through your door.
Yeah, but
It's
who reaches
you're
out?
knocking, and that's part of what my seminar is gonna be about. So
Yeah.
It's the whole picture. It's
Yeah.
not just sitting, taking your chair and your table and sitting in an open house and waiting.
Yeah.
It's printing and doing
Right.
all the things.
Have you read the MREA open house section?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it really is amazing. I'm gonna do that for my big house in Landon.
Yeah.
I'm doing all the things for that one. I'm doing like a neighbor's preview the night before, like the opening, like
Yeah.
before the night it goes
Yeah.
live for neighbors only.
I've got one coming up. for
Yeah.
Blue Action. I'm gonna do like champagne and champagne
Yes,
or something
That's what
like
I'm gonna
that.
do for the
Yeah,
neighbors.
yeah. And then open house, yeah, like a big Friday night open house.
Yeah.
And then a Sunday regular.
Yes, that's what I'm gonna do too.
I guess, can you list them both? Is there opportunity
I was
for
gonna go
both
live
of
on
them?
Thursday and do a open house for the neighbors on the day it goes live. And then do an open house for like regulars on Saturday.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, I mean, I don't see it as a loss. I really don't. I feel like in every open house, I always discover more about a neighborhood. Like, you learn about like, oh, this neighborhood's got more newer development.
Yeah.
Has single homes, and this section is older, this section is, so you become more versed in different areas.
yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
Well, and just making relationships, right?
Right.
Like meeting people, like getting face to face with people.
Yeah.
That's what it's all about, really. And I feel like those were our ahas that we just took care of there in 5 minutes, right? Thanks for sharing. That's what it says. Thank you, everybody, for sharing. Thanks for sharing. Okay. So 6 personal perspectives, specifically EMP. With everything we do, it's essential to be purposeful in our mindset and our actions. Before your open house, set concrete and achievable goals. For example, tell yourself your goal is to add 6 people to your database. It's important to set goals that are achievable and will require a lot of work. Setting attainable and difficult goals will help maximize the participants' return on your investment. What do you think a realistic goal is for open houses?
as far as leads.
Yeah,
You mean, what do you mean, what kind of goals, like goals?
like as far as like how many leads you think you should get, how many conversations you should have. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, everybody's goal is going to be different depending on what your exact plan is with an open house,
I
right?
would like to base it on maybe something that, you know, that
I missed him today.
Turnover, that's what he was saying, that in Gary Keller, they said 4% of our leads from open houses become transactions.
Right.
So if, based on that number, like, we could calculate 4%, so if we talk to
This many
100
people, right,
we're gonna be, you know,
right,
that's kind of how we gotta, that's how we gotta.
Right.
Set our goals.
right. Well, and again, you go back to like basic like sales, which is for every 100 conversations, you get one lead. Picking the house is a crucial step in the open house process. Let me click here. It's important to look for something great that's visible location wise, preferably not more than 3 turns from a major road. That is big. Like if you're deep and hidden into a neighborhood, it is way harder to set up an open house plan. But once you choose the house, you need to get familiar with the neighborhood, right? So you should already be doing this as part of the strategy to connect with the market anyway. As you prepare for the open house, you should get to know the closest shopping centers, where's the grocery stores, coffee shops. Remember, when you're choosing your house, you don't always have to pick the most expensive house on the market or the least expensive. Consider what price bracket is selling the best in your market and adjust your choice of house based on this. If the goal of an open house is to generate and qualify leads, what other things should we think about before we pick the home for the open house? That's kind of hard. But I'm giving it away by moving on to, because I just clicked on this. So the question they're asking is, if the goal of an open house is to generate and qualify leads, what other things should we think about before we pick the home for the open house?
We should think about marketing strategies for that neighborhood and how we're gonna market it. Right?
Yeah.
Just like we talked about the charcuterie and the Friday night, because, you know, maybe having 2 open houses.
Yeah.
Like the price range of the home, that will tell you as far as the marketing.
Yeah.
Like the price, because if it's like a lower end home, then you probably won't need
Right.
as
High-end home. This is good stuff. Prepare a list of questions you may be asked and then practice conversation starters. Some questions you might face will test your knowledge of the house and your market, right? Because that's true. Some people are going to ask you, like, these are major things to know before going into an open house. What are the age of the mechanicals? What's the age of the roof, the windows, the HVAC? I mean, those are all big questions that you get in an open house. The clients might ask, why is the house for sale? When was the home last renovated? If the home has any structural issues, how long has the house been on the market? So bringing someone like a lender or an inspector can help facilitate conversations too, because they're like they're thinking differently than we are as agents. During an open house, have visitors sign in upon arrival at the event. Some agents even make this a requirement, stating it is a safety measure. That's a great way to get people to sign in because nobody wants to sign it at the open house. You can ask them to leave something of value with you while you're at the tour of the home, like their car keys or driver's license. I don't know if I would do that, but again, just explain to them that it's a safety feature. One of the things I did for the longest time was I would go to the dollar store. I think I've told you guys about this. I would go to the dollar store and just pick up a bunch of little tiny cleaning items. And I would do like a spring cleaning basket because I feel like spring is so hot for open houses. So I would do like a little spring cleaning basket. I'd spend like, 15, $20 and I'd do like a raffle for the basket at the open house. Like
Oh,
I would raffle it off
that's a good idea.
and that gets people to sign in because then they're like, there's
I
a
like
prize.
that.
I mean, that's the same thing as like giving a gift card giveaway or something.
Yeah.
I also saw something recent. It was just on Etsy. They were using, as opposed to using sign-in sheets, they had QR codes set up so they could sign in electronically, and it would go straight to like a Google form as opposed to them actually writing down the sign-in.
Yeah.
Because a lot of the times people write down the sign-in stuff, but it's not accurate information. Or you can't read it. Yeah. Or they make it real messy and you can't read it. Yeah, the QR code was cute. Another thing I saw that I love, and this wasn't just for open houses. They put them up for the open house and then you could leave them up for showings or, that's happening at the house, is QR codes like in a little frame and you put one in the living room and then one up in the bathroom and it connects to the site of the home, like the home info sheet, so that if they want more information on the home, it takes them directly to the MLS page so they can look at, all the
Yeah.
specifics of the home.
So the gift, I like the gift card.
Yeah, I mean, a gift card is, I feel like you got to spend a little bit more money on. You got to go $25. Like the Dollar Tree, you could really go get like a cleaning basket for like 15, $10.
Oh, it's so
I know. I don't want to talk about it. It makes me upset.
I know this.
Okay, so I know I'm waiting until literally the very last second. And then I guess I'll just figure it out. If you don't use a sign-in sheet, what are other ways to capture contact information? So we just went over that. Ooh, this is a good one. So the time you choose for the open house is important. When you know your market well and have connected with it, picking the right time to host the open house should be simple. Open houses have been known to work in any market at all dates and times. So know your market in order to drive the most traffic through the open houses. Picking the time for your open house goes hand in hand with picking a theme. If you're having your open house on a Sunday afternoon during football season, know the game scores or have the game on TV. That's great advice. I mean, this is a lot of what we just talked about. Thursday night happy hours, wine and cheese open house, Sunday afternoon, coffee and muffins. Let's see. The millionaire real estate agent is to learn from the individuals that preceded you. That's the major thing. Saturday afternoons may conflict with kids' activities. So remind participants that Sunday afternoons are actually more popular for open houses. I would say that that is true, especially depending on your market. So if you know your market, right, you know that if you're selling a house in Westchester or Mason or Sycamore or like family school, more school zoned homes, there's more kids involved. So these people aren't going to be available on Saturday afternoons. So you may benefit more from having a Friday night or a Sunday morning. Oh, this is a good one. Benefits of holding an open house at the same time as another open house. So I, in the past, have done this with some open houses. I have looked in the neighborhood to see if how close another home for sale is. And I will call that other agent like prior the beginning of the week and say, hey, I'm thinking about doing an open house on Sunday. Do you want to do one too? We may be able to drive more traffic if we have multiple open houses going on. And I'm shitting you not, it totally works. You do build more traffic. Yeah. Because then even when you're door knocking, you can say, we're actually both doing open houses. And because the likelihood of the other agent door knocking, nobody door knocks. But you may attract people looking at other open houses in the neighborhood. Yeah, not you.
My sciatica
But a lot of people,
is
the
pretty.
thing is, like, I see, the thing is, like, I don't like doing, like, for example, it's like, if it's like a Thursday, it's like, okay, you want open house?
Yeah.
Well, I don't feel like that's not time to.
Oh, it's not. Yeah, and me and Celeste have even had this conversation. You need at least a week.
Yeah, so,
That
so
is
that's
my,
why it's like when people ask for open houses, like, towards the weekend. I'm like,
You're like, it's not soon. That's too soon. Yeah, it's too soon.
if I
It's very
have
hard.
time to design a flyer,
I have to.
You do.
Marking on my.
Yeah.
You know, get whatever.
Well, because like we said at the very beginning of this, that's the first thing they say. Part of doing an open house, yes, you have a great return on your investment, but so much of it is about preparation. If you're not doing the preparation, like it's hard.
Yeah.
But we talked about this earlier because I had that couple at Summit Hills that was going out of town and they literally had one weekend. They're like, no, we can only do it this weekend. I was like, okay.
Yeah.
And how many people came through that open
Yeah,
house?
I had a lot.
Oh, you did have a lot.
I had a lot.
And you only had like 4 days to prepare
I
for
knew
that.
busted my head.
Yeah.
Because I feel like if you're not door knocking or you getting it out.
Yeah.
But, I did as much there as I did. In fact, this weekend, I did more.
Right. And you got
two.
3 people.
So it's just weird.
It's a
You know,
crapshoot.
it's just hard to-
But I'm with you. I mean,
just think
it's
the
social
weather was
media wise to
beautiful.
just prep for it.
It was like the first pretty weekend.
Yeah. So people were like, oh, let's not do anything serious.
Yeah. You know what other people were, like, you know where they were at Costco. 'Cause when I tell you, I said.
It gives me anxiety.
I said-
The weekends, man, it gives
I
me
went in,
anxiety.
I was like, literally, like, I must Costco filled on Saturday.
Right.
But I said, it's the, I couldn't find a park.
I go to Costco on Saturday just to get the hot dog combo.
You know, and the thing is, like, I try to get there early
Right.
to meet the crowd, but it seems like.
No.
the crowd was there.
Yes.
And I was like,
I mean, it really is awful. It really is terrible. Yeah. Costco is rough, dude.
oh,
Costco is rough.
but, you know, it was the first nice weather. I just feel like, oh,
Yeah. I hate Costco. It gives me anxiety. It totally gives me anxiety. Okay. Okay, helpful things to know about the neighborhood before hosting the open house. Yeah, local information provided by the school district.
Ratio of ratios is opposed to buyer.
Yes, that's big. That's big.
Renters as
Oh.
opposed to homes. I always look for that.
oh, yeah, the renters nearby.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then you also know what kind of conversation you're having. You can't, if you're dealing with a renter, you can say, hey, we've got an open house, like, have you ever thought about buying? So those are good ways to open.
Yes.
Yeah.
Employment information. I don't normally have that.
No.
Well, I think we will. Well, I think too.
RPR does. Mm-hmm. And salaries. I don't know. I guess I don't have that. I don't like to talk about the money stuff with the recreation nearby. That is big. Parks, pools, traffic and commute times. That is a big one. So many people are looking for places that are close to this specific highway or stuff like that. And that's good stuff to have in your advertisements
Yes.
on your social media stuff.
True.
Okay. So last but not least, be safe, right? So this is a list to emphasize the agent's safety is of the utmost importance. Using a buddy system can mean having another person with you at the house. In addition, you should always let someone else know when and where you will be. Considering sharing your GPS location with a friend or partner and even your market center. Parking on the street prevents your car from being blocked in case of a need of emergency for exit. Ooh. Do you guys ever park in the driveway of your open house? I don't either. Do you? Yeah, I don't.
Cause I'm like, if somebody comes in and they block me in.
Right.
I just like the idea of looking like
Somebody's living there? Yeah.
Somebody's there. Yeah, like, if
I park
you
on
got
the
all
street
this
too.
open house, you don't know there's no car anywhere, you're like, what?
Right.
So that's why, I probably should. I would just park
The
on
only
the
thing I
street.
think about is like if I park there and somebody comes behind me and something happens, I can't get out.
Yeah.
They're blocking me.
Well, and that's exactly what they're saying right here. Park on the street so that you don't get blocked in. Check all entrances and exits. I told you I always check the back exit to make sure that the door is always open in the back. Make sure that your cell phone is fully charged. Turn on all the lights. This program, check your local COVID guidelines. Follow market center guidelines and checklists for open houses. Okay. Any ahas?
I mean, I have it, but I downloaded it. I don't know what else.
What did you not put in there?
Like the Ulta statement,
Oh.
signed Ulta statement.
Yeah, whoops.
You know, like, yeah.
Gotta have
I
that.
downloaded it.
Yeah.
I'm like, what does that mean?
Yeah, that would be one of those moments where they ask you then, like two years later.
Yeah, well,
Hey, do you have that
yeah, I'm
Ulta?
like, oh,
Well,
Ulta
and that's what I'm worried about with the dot loop, because I'm like, we're still gonna be able to access all that stuff, right? Because when people come
Right.
back to you, like, that's the first place I turn is dot loop. Because I keep
where I go.
everything in there. Yeah,
And I like the way it's
I do
system
too.
is.
I do too.
Like, what is DocuSign?
I don't know anything about DocuSign. Nothing. All right. Okay, prepare, prospect, and pursue. Let's start off with a quote. Umadi, you want to read the quote? And focus. Ain't that the truth? Yeah, ain't that the truth? The one thing we can't get more of. Yeah, we're learning though, you guys. We're getting better. We're getting better. It's hard, and it's everything.
I mean, but it should apply to everything in your life.
Everything in your life.
Because your life would run like a well-oiled machine.
Yes.
You said,
If
okay,
you really stuck to your
this is
calendar.
But stuff just happens and it just-
I know.
Right.
I mean, real estate is
Like, for example, like yesterday or whatever, like normally I have this appointment
Right,
and only time I had.
right.
And then
Throws off your whole day then.
I'm like, okay, so morning time for me and then my kids, they were out of.
Yeah,
I'm like,
yeah.
well, there goes my day.
So then you lose a whole day.
I was the whole day.
Yeah.
So that's what happened yesterday. I lost the whole day. I'm like, okay, so now when the kids are home, I can't work.
Yeah, it's not the same.
Work around, going crazy. It's not going to go to sleep.
That's what I'm saying. It's so hard. And the kids are a whole nother factor. Well, we need to use the prepare, prospect, and pursue model to approach our open houses. The goal for your open house is to get appointments with active buyers and sellers. To be at your best and achieve what you've set out for yourself takes preparation. So schedule time to prepare the week before your open house so you can ensure that you capture the leads and you set the appointments. You'll spend more time preparing for the open house than you will be at the event. Well, look at Celeste. She spent 8 hours on this thing. Set high and achievable goals. Remove your limiting beliefs. Focus on your success and believe in yourself. Practice the conversations for greeting people, answering questions, capturing the contact info, etc. Okay, so after you've done your hard work, like picking your house, know the next few steps will involve maximizing potential client traffic at your open house. A lot of this involves posting online in the days leading up to the open house. 93% of buyers use a website to find a home. So go where the people are. Post online about your open house. So, and that's the other thing. A lot of realtors, because when you do the open houses for other agents, sometimes they don't even have the open house on the MLS. So then it doesn't even syndicate to Zillow, Realtor.com. And most of these people that are just getting started that don't have an agent, aren't working with a lender, they turn to Zillow and Realtor.com. They click in there. That's part of their filter. What are the open houses this weekend? Yeah. Gotta be in the MLS. Yes, it's gotta syndicate to those other sites.
And we were like, went to look at, it was a house in, it's awful, but
Okay. Yeah, like nice place. Right, but wanted to go to the open house, go check it out. Yeah, let's go check it out.
And we saw the car.
Why didn't the agent let you in?
I think for me, I was like, maybe because at the time I didn't know they was walking to open houses.
Right.
But I was like, well, maybe the agent thinks we're not serious. But I'm like, how do they know we're not serious?
So you like knocked and rang the doorbell and everything? Right. So you, yeah, I guess it's hard. Right. So you wanted them to open the door. You didn't know that you could just walk in.
No.
Yeah. Well, that's interesting. I usually leave the doors open. Or the front door at least if there's a storm door, you know? Shoot. Guess we're not going.
Now I see that. And I'm like, yeah, like, you say like people just like
But here's the thing, even as an agent, if someone rings the doorbell or knocks on the door, I go answer it and greet them.
you don't know. You don't
No, I greet them. Yes. I leave the curtains open in the front so I can see them coming. Yeah. That's weird. Yeah, that's weird. Okay, so we are preparing our mindset. Okay, this is a nice little breakdown of kind of what you should do the week before. Monday, select the house. Tuesday, post online. Walk the neighborhood, invite neighbors to the showing. Wednesday, post online again. Install your yard signs. Thursday, post online again and invite your database. Man, see, I'm not doing all this every day. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, and that's part of the MREAs. Yeah. Yeah. Make a left. Yeah. Yeah. Right. Okay. Okay. Right. Okay. Sunday. interesting. Yeah,
It is.
see,
I mean, you don't always know.
You
So
don't.
gotta take the first step.
Yeah. trial and error.
It's not always a perfect science, but, you know, I've never walked away. I can honestly say that I've never walked away from it.
Right,
Never,
right,
never.
right.
You
I
know,
agree.
so-
I agree. I agree. I haven't either. I haven't either. But man, we should be posting online every day up until
Yeah.
that open house.
I do it on all the sites, like, I don't know, where would you go?
And then you door knock the day.
But yeah, I do all the socials. Yeah, and then I do all the socials, right? But I always try to join the groups
Yeah,
of
that's what
those
I've done.
neighborhoods, like, like Masonhood Community Group, Masonhood Rec, like, yes. Well, there's lots of those neighborhoods that won't let you in.
Unless it's a blue ash, whatever, it won't let you in. And then I try to post it on next door, and actually I got, I think it's my county.
That is so funny.
Next door
Yeah.
Well, it's
I
how-
posted on Marketplace. I usually post them on Marketplace. Facebook Marketplace. Right.
All the groups, like the Cincinnati Real Estate, all those.
Oh, yeah.
But I think sometimes you can get away with, I'll talk about this at mine too. Like the groups are very particular about, like, that they don't want you to post any business sales stuff. But if you're strategic about how you post it, like, let's say you've got a charcuterie.
Right.
Then post a picture with charcuterie and a champagne.
Right.
Don't have all the sales marketing of the house, just say open house.
Right.
And come enjoy, and sometimes you can get away with that.
Okay.
As opposed to like the whole night.
Yeah.
Flyer of the house and all that, because to me that looks more like you're marketing a house where if you're marketing, like my thing was like come enjoy some free carrot cake, like that was what I used.
Right. You freeze those at least. You could freeze those. Yeah, you could freeze those. God, that sucks. I bet they're so good.
I mean, it's so weird.
I love carrot cake.
It was just a weird one, 'cause
I do think it has something to do with the weather though,
it probably
because
was.
it seriously was gorgeous.
And then that was actually the very nice.
The first day. Yeah, I agree. I agree. Right. People have been sick. People are still sick.
People are still sick.
People are still sick.
That could have been it too. That was a factor, because I noticed it was when I saw all those people at Costco, I said, oh.
It's so funny,
Like, it
dude.
was so-
Costco.
it was just like, wait,
Like, why is everyone out? Like, they're all here today. Yeah. Uh-huh. Completely full. I'm impressed that you went. I would have, if I saw the parking lot like that, I would have been like, mm-mm, it's not my time here today. Right. Right. Well, and then you just got to get in there and just bust it out.
And even the lines in there, even the line, because the thing is, like, I kicked myself because I didn't even know in my car.
Oh, God.
Like the turn line was long,
Oh, God.
then
Which one was it? Oh, yeah.
the exit line-
I'm not kidding, though. I do think that one on the weekends is worse than any other location.
'Cause the one in Mason is not, but
The Fields Erdel. Yeah, that one is always busy, but not like the Liberty Township one. Yeah, not like, I've actually went into the Liberty Township one on a Saturday or Sunday and I actually turned around and been like, no.
I don't know if that's the center where everybody decides to just.
Yeah, that's interesting. Do they still have a Costco that's down here? Or there really are only two, Fields Erdel and Liberty Township. Yeah, the one in Fairfield's closed, right?
Yeah.
It's too bad.
Because they only have two.
Yeah, okay. We'll see. That's probably why too. All right, I think we're actually almost done. Or maybe not. Okay, 93% of buyers use a website to find a house. So we just talked about that. Walk the participants through the days leading up to the open. Remind the participants that encouraged to call up to 100 people in the days leading up to the open house. How do you get those numbers to call people? I like door knocking. Okay, let's see here. What clients like to know? They like to know relocation, first-time buying specifications, mortgage information, community and neighborhood information. So learn the names of the parks and the popular restaurants that are in the area. Study the neighborhood. Yep, we talked about that. See, we've talked a lot about a lot of this stuff because we get on little tangents. Let's. Oh, we're moving right along. Okay, build trust and rapport. So if you've read the MREA, then you've heard of leads, listings, and leverage. Open houses are all about leads, listing, and leads and leads. An open house is a great prospecting tool that requires mostly time as an investment. Let's look at some of the ways you can use the open house to prospect for leads. So an important part of getting the lead is building a rapport with the foot traffic that visits the house. So how do we do this? So obviously we greet everyone that comes in at the door. Yeah, we do not sit behind our laptops or.
On Sunday, of my 3 people, one came in and I was staying, I always make sure, like if I'm sitting on my fairway, it goes away.
Yeah.
So she walked in and I greeted her and I said, hi, my name is Nick. Welcome to the house to buy in the market. Looking at houses that are on the market right now, and tell me about this house. And I told her the whole 9 yards.
See?
I knew.
Love that.
But if you don't know it, it makes you look stupid, right?
Yes.
But I said to her, are you in the market to buy? She goes, I'm a seller.
I'm a
So she
seller.
was the actual seller of that house.
Of that house.
And I had been sitting behind my laptop.
Oh, she was the seller.
She was testing you, honey.
I mean, I'm not the listing agent, Jonathan Hardy is, but.
Ooh, that was sneaky. Did you tell him? Yeah. She was probably thrilled. Yeah, yeah. Yeah. Oh yeah, he's so good.
I didn't wanna speak on what I don't know.
I would have said the exact same thing.
And, yeah, she left. I said, here, take some carrot cake. You got boo-boos of it.
Yeah.
I gave her like 3 or 4 pieces. I was
Right?
like,
I would have done the exact same thing though.
Yeah.
Like when I'm working for another agent, I comment on the price.
you just never
I just say you're in
know.
good hands. Yeah, you're in good
And I
hands.
think you don't, like, you've got to build trust and rapport with your client, with the people that come. Like, you have to know.
Oh my God, you have to. That's what I'm saying, because those are major, the big questions people always are mechanics, roof, and the neighborhood. People want to know about the neighborhood.
I walked into open houses when I started doing it. I wanted to learn. I walked in and I go, this, and they go,
How do you not know how many bedrooms? Yeah.
You know how many times that's happened?
Yeah.
Like, you will be shocked at how many times that's happened.
You know, I find that information.
The square footage, the price, how long it's been on.
Well,
the
see,
market.
and that's like my spiel. Like I use it as a spiel. That's how I greet people and build the rapport. I say, hey, welcome here. This is a 3-bedroom, 2-bedroom house. It's got this much square feet. We have a finished lower level. You know, I highlight a couple things that they've done, and then I say, if you have any questions, let me know. I mean, yeah, that's part of the spiel.
Yeah.
You got to know that shit. Oh, see, that was uncalled like. Sorry, I'm cussing. What brought you in today? Here's some great examples. What brought you in today? Are you looking for a home in this neighborhood or this price range? Have you been looking at other houses? Would you like to know more about the market or the neighborhood? What do you like about this house that I can share with the owners? Be positive, upbeat. Remember, clients are thinking about their future and their lifestyles. So be a positive force in their imagination. If visitors don't seem interested in engaging with you, match their energy and let them be. Yep. Give them your spiel, let them walk around, do their thing. Yep. Yep. Know your stats of the market center. Know your market stats. How many days the house has been on the market, price, the number of houses sold in the neighborhood. I like to bring comps with me to open houses. Understand personality types and conversation styles of different people.
That's why it takes so long. Even just one day. Like,
That's what I'm saying. It's not enough.
I mean, but this guy is, yeah, and another, yeah, I think sometimes you can search better relationships if you don't have like a crazy.
Yeah. You can really talk to them because there's only been like so many people there. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I had that, I had an open house probably 2 months ago. I had one person come in, one couple. They don't live here. They're from Columbus. They're just getting their feet wet in this market. And I've been talking to them for 45 minutes. And I was like, thank God you guys. I was like, thank God you guys stopped by because this would have been a real lame day. He just opened up. Oh, God, awful. Yeah. Oh my God. How awful.
So he was telling me all these stories and
You just connected.
super nice guy.
Yeah, you guys just had a little connection. So there's plenty of things that we can offer and here are some examples. The consumer app. Has anyone heard of that? I have not. A market report, a list of other houses for sale in the neighborhood. Explain that some agents host different kinds of raffles during open houses, and the goal of a raffle is to capture the leads. Consider partnering with local businesses for a small discount on services as a raffle prize. When you choose to do any kind of contest or raffle, keep in mind this warning: contests and other incentives may be prohibited in your jurisdiction by real estate, so always consult with an attorney. But again, if you're going to do a gift card, somewhere local is great.
Yeah.
Have a sign-in sheet, customize a landing page in Command and have it available on an iPad. That's a good idea.
you said a landing page.
Yep. Ask probing forward questions. Who, what, where, when, why. And have something to offer them. You're here to get leads and make appointments. Okay, so the big thing, so what comes after the open house? Then you got to follow up with them, right?
I'm still trying to follow up with some people.
got so much follow-up. I don't know.
But the thing is, this is my thing. It's like, I follow up on them, it's like, nobody responds. They don't respond.
No, it's hard. That's what I'm saying. So those are the people that I can't get them to respond, but do have their email. And is it a correct email? And if that's the case, then I just put them on drip campaigns. Because you can only follow up with these people so many times before it's like, okay, no, they really aren't responsive. So I call them, I text them. That doesn't work. So I'll just move to a drip campaign. And then you could even follow up with them in a couple months and just be like, hey, it's me again. It's me again. It's been 6 weeks, but I just want to say hi again.
Feel like a stalker.
Right, right. Follow up and convert leads after open houses. Update your database.
What do you say to people that do not want to give their email addresses? Like, I struggle with that. Because they're like, you're not gonna say anything about spam, you don't know, I'm not that kind of lady. That's not who I am.
Well, if they don't want me to give, if they don't want to give their email address, I'm like, you don't have to. You don't need to give me your email address. But for safety purposes, you have to provide me with something.
Yeah. You should
Or
just
if you
say
won in the
seller.
raffle, you got to provide me with something.
The seller, like, just say, for example, like, who said something like the seller.
Yeah. Well, and if anything were to happen, I have phone numbers that I can follow up with you. But that's the truth, man. Nobody wants to, well, and that's with the sign-in sheets. People put their emails addresses on there, but they're never right. A lot of the time, the email addresses that people even write down aren't correct.
Yeah.
But again, that's the good thing with making connections with people, because you can be like, did you sign in? Like, can I get your information? Like, I want to make sure I have the right information. Is this right? No. Does it look darker? Does it? Oh, well, my bun is dark. Is it? I don't know. It's so split up. Yeah, it's because it's so split now. It's because it's so white. I mean, look at the differentiation. Oh, the demarcation. Yeah, but I hate it now because again, it's so white right here and it's just all dark back there. That's what I'm saying. I just need to get it down here. If I get it right down to here, then I'll just cut it all off. It's, it's an adventure. It's an adventure, Celeste. It's the never-ending adventure. I did have to use that spray because I'm doing that. Yeah, I had to do that spray to make sure that it'll look okay for that fashion show I got to do with Molly. And oh my God, dude, I had to load up the spray. Like it was, yeah, I actually couldn't get it out for like 2 days. Okay. Okay. Let's see here.
This was one of those deals that I taken for internet
Yeah.
and I had to drive back and forth. That's probably why I
You're like, I would like to get paid. What do I need to do to get paid?
regardless of me having this stuff in there.
That's what, when she said that, we're not paying people unless they put the warranties and stuff in, I was like, well, I didn't know that you could do that.
Well, she's talking about that
Because it's, but if it's a
Yes.
compliance, if it's something that's not that compliant,
Yeah.
But
like they don't wanna pay you until they got that in.
Well, that's what I guess I thought.
She'll keep taking it back. What's her face?
Oh, right. Yes. If it's not correct, the person kicks it back. Yes. Well, that's what I'm saying. I'm like, oh, I thought like you couldn't get paid unless that was done anyway.
And I didn't upload into.
She might have not paid attention.
Yeah. Because in fact, I really
Right,
Use the document file.
right.
So that's what I thought, cause not Luke.
But now we have, so I had to learn the system. I don't know, documents,
Right.
and
So much stuff. Yeah, they still paid you. Yeah, I didn't know that
But I
they
didn't know
did
you
that.
could do it anyway. It's not gonna let you, she's gonna keep, cause for me, she kept picking, cause I'm like,
Oh, mine get kicked back constantly.
lady.
Yeah, mine get kicked back constantly.
Then she'll keep asking me, I'm like, oh, hold on.
Yeah.
Let's get on those people first.
think about what she's gonna do though.
Oh God, that job is rough, dude. That job is rough.
Cause I am not a paperwork.
Yeah,
person.
I'm not either. I miss things constantly.
She's a lifesaver.
Ooh, I love the daily success system tracker. 10 conversations with your sphere. 10 contacts added to your database. 10 handwritten notes. 10-5-1 model for social engagement. So 10 comments, 5 private message or 5 likes or loves, and then 1 private message. I love those. I engage every conversation in the spirit of contribution, and people are happy to be in a relationship with me. All right. That's it, kids. Yeah, I mean, we talked through so much of this stuff, like, I mean, you guys know about open houses, so we went through it pretty fast. Capture leads with social media. Yeah, that's about right. I mean, shoot, it's almost 1 o'clock. It's 12:45.
How did you land your Landon deal? Was it a referral?
They are old neighbors. Yeah, they're all, they literally live directly behind me. And what's interesting is, they did not use me when they purchased their
Right.
condo. Cause
Yeah.
as with most landed people, no one, I don't know how to turn YouTube this off if it's recording. Oh, hold on.